This is Home Buying Basics, where we attempt to simplify the mortgage process of buying a home. I'm Azubuike with Edge Home Finance, and today we're going to talk about the C.I.A. of home buying. If you've never heard about the C.I.A. of home buying, you're going to want to tune in. Let's get it on. Okay, so we got the C.I.A. of home buying. All right, I'm going to break this down for you. C.I.A., the C stands for credit, the I stands for income, and the A stands for assets. And we're going to quickly go over a few things for each one. All right, so for credit, the main thing is you want to obviously have a great score if you can help it, right? But if you're going to be anything under 680, you're probably going to be in FHA range. Okay, FHA is not as sensitive to credit score when it comes to interest rates. Conventional is very sensitive to credit score when it comes to interest rates. VA and USDA, other programs like that, they're kind of similar to FHA. They're not as sensitive, but conventional is the most sensitive program to conventional score or to credit scores. And we'll explain what the differences are with the mortgage programs in a different video. But for now, just stick with me on this whole premise. All right. So with credit, the whole idea is the less debt that you can have, the more house that you can afford, all right? And that leads us into debt-to-income ratio. So that leads us into what income is. Debt-to-income ratio, DTI, is basically debt in relationship to your income, all right? So basically, when it's talking about income, we're just wanting to understand where your income is coming from. So the source is important, right? And if it's employment, typically they want to see 2 years of history. It doesn't have to be the same job, but ultimately you want to show a 2-year history consistency of being able to hold down a job, all right? And there's other sources that you can look at, like retirement income, social security income, disability income, child support income, different things like that we can consider. But ultimately we're trying to figure out what your monthly gross number is, okay? And ultimately, if we're using an example here, here's how debt-to-income ratio works. If you just want to look up a mortgage calculator, search that, Google that online, you ultimately can figure out what your mortgage payment's going to be. That plus your total debt payment. Lost my ball here. Going to give myself a little dunk and then let it go. That plus your overall debts that show up on your credit report is going to give you your total expense. Okay. So let's say your mortgage payment's $1,000. Your total debt is $1,000 per month. You'll add that together. You get $2,000. If you were to make $4,000 a month gross, then you've got a 50% debt-to-income ratio. You're basically dividing the numbers to figure out that percentage. And what you want to know here is that FHA typically allows you to go up to 57% max. For conventional, they want to see you be under 45%. So that's how you can kind of figure out how much of a payment you can qualify for. And of course, payment tells us what your loan amount is going to be depending on the loan program. All right, and then assets, real quick, is just ultimately where's your money coming from? The down payment, the closing costs, what's your source for that? And if we can figure out what that is, we want to be able to verify, if it's in your account or you're receiving a gift, is it down payment assistance? We want to be able to document that very well so that we know where those closing costs, cash for closing is going to come from, down payment and closing costs. And again, we'll expand on different things here in another video. This is just to kind of give us an overview of what you want to have ready if you want to buy a home. So credit, income, assets, C.I.A. If you can have these 3 things honed down and figured out, you're in position to buy a home. So that's all I got for now. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. If you found any of the content helpful, please subscribe, hit the notifications icon so that you can be informed of the next video upload. And if you're a borrower looking for a home loan, purchase, or refinance, I'd love the opportunity to work with you. Please give me a call or start the process at applywithzo.com.